We have a committee substitute for House Bill 465. Speaker Pro Tem.
Yes, sir. This is a substitute that's been worked out between GMA and the alarm companies, and it allows local governments to continue to enact and enforce ordinances regarding fines and fees. The alarm system contractors would be responsible for fines or fees for alarms where they were responsible for the alarm versus the customer. It also allows the local governments to enact fines for individual property owners where they bear the responsibility for a false alarm. This is regarding false alarms. But I believe all the parties are happy with the substitute, and I'd ask for your favorable consideration.
Okay, House Bill 465, the LC number is 364753S. 364753S. Do I hear a move? Move. I got a move and a second. All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. It passed. House Bill 714, Whip Kelly. And the LC number is 87S.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Members of the committee, I bring before you committee substitute to House Bill 714, LC 413087S. It simply does two things. First, it tries to provide some certainty to our insurance companies when they're negotiating with our plaintiffs bar as it relates to time-limited demands. A deal had been reached in 2013, and then a court had kind of expanded it outside of what the original intent of the law was. This looks to put it back where the original intent in 2013 was and bring the certainty back to our insurance companies. That's Section 1. Section 2 is a measure that this body's passed before that simply expands the bad faith provisions allowances under the uninsured motor statute.
Okay. Any questions? Yes, sir. Chairman Fleming.
Mr. Whip, will you tell me how this one differs from the one that we passed out of the committee?
It clarifies the insurance provision where we talk about making sure that the recipient provides coverage to the claimant issue that has been disclosed to the offeror, and it simply makes clear that they do have to provide that insurance coverage.
When we left committee, we had agreement with all the parties involved. Is this one follow that?
It's in the spirit of that, Mr. Chairman. We had a loose agreement that I'd agree with both parties and told the committee we would need to make some tweaks to. This is my good faith effort in terms of doing that.
Representative Williamson.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And Whip Kelly, just sort of a follow-up to what Chairman Fleming asked. Are the parties in agreement now on this version of the bill?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, I see no other. Oh, okay. What's your number?
I'm back here.
Okay, go ahead.
I have a question about sections 1.
Excuse me, Tom, could you take your mask off?
Sure, I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I have a question about the two sections. One is Title 9 and the other is Title 33. Are they germane?
Yes, they are, because they both deal with bad faith provisions under the for automobile wrecks.
Any other questions? Okay. Chairman Newton.
Mr. Whip, just curious on line 30 about the medical and other records and talking about insurance. Does that include the amounts actually paid by insurance that may differ from the total charges in those medical records?
No, this doesn't change any law as it relates to medical billing.
Okay, any more
Mr.
questions?
Chairman, Mr. Chairman, can I ask for the committee to suspend for a moment?
Okay, we'll take about a minute break. I'm starting to get a headache up here. Okay. We've got to hand out a different LC number on 714. They've gone to pick it up from Legislative Council. So what we will do, in order that we do not waste a lot of time, we'll go ahead and put some of the bills on except for that 714. So we're not, like I say, not wasting time. So House Bill 194, do I hear a move? It's unmodified structure. Got a move and a second. All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. It's on. House Bill 575, it's under structured. Did I hear a move? Got a move and a second. All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. All right, House Bill 465 with a rules substitute of LC 364753S. Do I hear a move? Got a move and a second. All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. So now we'll sit and wait on 714. Take a short break. I'm gonna give you the same answer I gave Chairman Jaspers. No.
Try not to ask questions, but sometimes it just
we're in the process of passing out the new rule substitute for 714. I need a motion to withdraw the rule substitute for 714 that we passed. It's LC 41387S. I need a motion to withdraw. Got a move and a second. All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. It's gone. Okay, now, we have a rule substitute for 714. It's LC 413090S, and it's still warm. Whip Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I appreciate the committee's patience. As we get into these longer days and as the time is moving, the clock is ticking, sometimes things can happen. We've had several versions of this bill, and just inadvertently we got handed the wrong one. I take full responsibility for that. We're now working off of LC 413090S, which represents a compromise agreement between both sides of the bar when it relates to the bad faith claims being made on time-limited demands. As you'll see, Mr. Chairman, it limits just the insurance that's issued by the recipient for the insured, and then also that's in Section 1, then Section 2, again, it deals with the bad faith uninsured motorist provision that this House has passed previously.
Do we have any questions from the presenter? Seeing none, okay, I need a motion to do on LC 413090S. Do I hear a move? Got a move and a second. All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. All right, now, let's add House Bill 714, Rules Committee Substitute LC 413090S. Do I hear a move? A move and a second. All in favor say aye. All opposed, like sign. It's on. So we have House Bill 194, House Bill 575, House Bill 465, and and that's with the rule substitute, and House Bill 714, Rules Committee substitute, is on the calendar. Thank y'all.